Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Two Bears, One Movie. Today we're going to be discussing Julia Ducournau's, I think I pronounced that correctly, Titan. This is a follow-up to her first movie, Raw. Raw was absolutely phenomenal, a psychological horror. And won't really get into the review of that, but it was a psychological horror from a couple of years back, and that was absolutely fucked up and a bit mad. This is just as fucked up and a bit mad, and it's just as good. So got in, I've got my beer, Moretti again, as you can see. So let's get straight into this movie. I really enjoyed this. This is basically French new wave, art house, extreme, whatever you want to call it. This is absolutely I can't even put into words of how crazy this is. It follows a girl, Alexia. She's in a car accident as a child. She has a horrific scar over her ear. As she gets older, she becomes infatuated with metal. Kind of like a lust, almost a love for metal. More so cars, to be more specific. She has an estranged relationship or really difficult relationship with her father, who was in the car crash with her. Um, and after a series of just, I'm trying to put it into words of exactly what happens without actually giving any spoilers. After a series of violent murders, she goes on the run, and then she tries to hide her identity. She sees a missing poster, missing person poster, and she pretends to be this missing child. And she basically tapes her body up to be a guy who then goes to meet the father, whose name is Vincent. He is a fireman, and he's obviously ecstatic to see his long lost son, who's basically not really. Um, there is a couple of absolutely crazy scenes. I don't know if Annie's ever seen The Counselor. I'm sure many people did, starring Brad Pitt, starring Michael Fassbender, also starring what I can't remember her, Cameron Diaz. There's a very infamous scene there where she has intercourse with a car, more specific, a car windscreen. So how would I put this into words? Counselor took baby steps so Titan could walk, so to speak. There is a scene where the main actor Alexia has has sex with a car, and she basically becomes pregnant for the car. It's just, yes, this all sounds absolutely fucking nuts. This sounds crazy. This is like, I'm trying to put it into words now. I'll just how to describe the rest of the movie. Like, so I gave you the backstory of the car crash and how she has a difficult relationship with the father. She was involved in a few murders, goes on the run, disguises herself as a missing person. It's really, really well shot, and it's beautifully beautifully acted and directed by Julia. And like Rod, it's very thought provoking. And I'm big into basically thought provoking psychological movies. Anything that's just not the simple stuff that Hollywood is just pumping out. Um, I know it won the main award at Cannes. And obviously she didn't expect it, and she done her whole speech, most of the speech in English, I think. But to get back to the actual film, she's pregnant for a car. Um, she's her body is almost decomposing, so to speak, when she's getting like bigger from the baby, like there's parts of her body ripping and bits of metal showing. Um, her breasts are leaking like car fluid, like petrol. It's like it's a full metaphor to the obviously to the whole movie. It's not just basically it's not what you see. There's obviously meaning behind everything that's going on in the actual movies. Um, like at times I was thinking like, what the fuck is going on here? Like this is just like I did enjoy the story. Like it's really interesting. Um, the themes and the metaphor, like I think it's more to do with basically a body and gender acceptance. Like it really does hit home, especially in the modern times. Um, Not once did I feel bored during the movie. When she becomes a fire, like she becomes basically in the like a member of the fire brigade. That becomes really interesting then, and there's obviously suspicions around her from the other firemen that basically is this really a man? Like who is this person? The father then, I think he really does. He kind of knows that deep down this isn't his actual real son, but because he's missed him so much, because it's a part of his life that's torn, that she replaces it, and he kind of just accepts it. He accepts that this is someone here to come and fill the void that's missing in his life, even though like ignorance is bliss. Basically, he knows deep down, and she kind of feels this love, and she feels kind of home and maybe at peace, although maybe a little bit confused. Um, and like there is like I don't want to give away the ending because the ending is just as fucked up as most of the film, but it makes sense of what Julia is trying to get across about the gender acceptance, accepting someone's body for who they are, as long as like they're accepting someone of who they are because of the love, because of the person that they are, because of the joy that they bring to someone else's life, and that's kind of the theme that I got throughout the movie, and it really does play out in terms of what's going on in general society now with basically the gay community, transgender community, and just maybe not even the gay, maybe even the straight community with people who are just a little bit different, a little bit not normal, shall I say? Just accepting someone of who they are, and what they want to be, as long as they make you happy, as long as they're not causing harm. Although she does, she does cause some harm in this to some people. But I really, really did enjoy this film. It's probably one of my favorite films of the year so far. Um, Definitely one of the best films of 2021. Anyway, definitely probably the most fucked up film. Um, some of the stuff is kind of graphic and a bit like, what the fuck is going on? But if you do see past the craziness, there is a heart to it. There is a meaning to it. There is an actual message being sent out, and then I really, really did feel it got across in the right way. And I'm getting to be a big fan of Julie's now after Raw and now this, and I really, really want to see what she can bring out next. She thinks outside the box. It's not just your typical Hollywood movie. It's not your typical script. She's going gun ho with her ideas. She's a risk taker, and they're always the best writers, the best directors, when they just say, "Fuck this! I'm going to put something out there that people will either love or they'll either hate, and I don't care. But I'm going to put my heart and soul into it." And it's the script is so well written where you actually feel for the characters. Like obviously you feel for the main character given what she's gone through and everything. But I also felt very empathetic towards Vincent, and you do feel his pain, and the bond between the two of them is really really strong. The chemistry is great on screen. There's a couple of moments where it's a bit uncomfortable with the two of them, but it's really good acting from the both of them, and I really enjoyed it. And it's now, I, I think it's going into the selection for France for the Oscars. So hopefully it gets nominated, not just for, I wouldn't like to see it just get nominated for Best International for the language film. I'd love to see it get nominated for Best Film, just like Parasite a couple of years ago. I think Parasite was absolutely phenomenal and deserved. It was just wow. And that was also a film that thought outside the box. If only Hollywood was doing a lot more of these films. There's nothing wrong with all the sequels and the superhero movies and the reboots and the remakes. They're fine. And of course, they fill seats in cinemas, but there's less and less of these type of films like Titan, like Raw, like Parasite coming out. I find these are real art. This is basically art house at its best, and the more we accept these into our cinemas, just as much as the actual Marvels and the DCs and your reboots of whatever, I really do think cinema will get back to a really good stage. Will that ever happen? I doubt it. Given the way streaming, given the way just the way the cinema is with COVID and all, now they have to bring out, I guess, blockbusters after blockbusters now to just regain money and seats, I suppose, in cinemas. But yeah, when they do come out, when the likes of Titan come out, the likes of Parasite, the likes of Raw, just be grateful and accept that there's actually someone giving directors like Julia money to make these type of movies. Because if there wasn't, I think cinema would become very boring. But yeah, so what I'm going to give that is I'm going to give it 4 stars, 4 bears out of 5, because I really did enjoy it. I really really enjoyed it. It really was thought provoking. I don't think it's a movie I go back and watch an awful lot. It's just one of them movies where you'd probably watch once in a blue moon and kind of be just like, Jesus, I can't believe how crazy that was. So yeah, 4 bears out of 5. I check it out. I just go in with an open mind because this is going to blow your mind. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. The next movie I'm going to be reviewing is Dune. So please like and subscribe. Tell me what you thought of Titan. Do you agree with what I said? Are we talking bullshit? Because sometimes I do talk bullshit. And just like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out. Needed and wanted, and she feels